The beverage industry is one of the world's top consumers of water. Coca-Cola says it replaces every drop that it uses, but a CBS News investigation raises questions about how to evaluate that promise. Jonathan Vigliotti recently visited a city in southern Mexico where Coca-Cola is everywhere. Jonathan, good morning.
Tony, good morning to you. The city of San Cristobal's struggle to get clean drinking water was profiled by the New York Times in 2018. Many people said the water started disappearing when the Coca-Cola bottling plant began operations decades earlier. Coca-Cola says it has exceeded its expectations for water security in Mexico for several years, but we discovered something different when we recently visited and took our findings back to the company.
The highlands of Chiapas in southern Mexico are rugged and remote, but when we arrived, we saw signs of America everywhere. People here are among the biggest consumers of Coca-Cola in the world. One study found 3% of babies and 16% of toddlers in Chiapas drink soda.
I'm drinking Coca-Cola from a plastic bag.
While Coke doesn't flow from the taps, critics say the Coke bottling plant in San Cristóbal de las Casas consumes much of the town's drinking water to make soda.
Shop after shop here advertises Coca-Cola, but the one thing this neighborhood does not have is running water.
Residents of this neighborhood invited us to see what's left in their municipal water tanks.
Tenemos los 3 tanques.
Jose is telling me that these 3 tanks are the main source of water for this community. Jose, abre la puerta, por favor. Can you open the lid? Sin agua, no water.
Sin agua.
¿Cuántas semanas sin agua?
Semanas como 3 semanas sin agua.
So 3 weeks without water here.
Data from Coca-Cola shows 39% of the company's global production was generated in high or extremely high water-stressed regions. And some of those products end up on American store shelves. We reached out to Coca-Cola. They declined to speak on camera, but told us in a statement they met and exceeded their replenishment goals for 5 years in Mexico.
Es tu casa?
Sí.
So Sylvia is showing us how she gets water for her house.
Sylvia Perez Mendez relies on rainwater.
Sin este agua, without this water, ¿tiene agua potable en la casa?
No.
You wouldn't have any drinking water without this water in the house.
No.
And with climate change impacting rainfall, Sylvia's reserves are running low. It's sad. We can't bathe, we can't clean, we can't drink water, she says.
Tenemos el problema del agua.
Sylvia is part of a growing group of residents calling on Coca-Cola and the Mexican government to protect their water supply.
How many of you struggle to get water every week?
Todos los días está la Coca.
Todos los días. Every day, Coca-Cola takes the water.
CBS News has found the San Cristobal bottling plant is permitted by the government to extract around 110 million gallons of water each year, even as rainfall has declined and a growing population has moved into protected wetlands. Last year, the local government requested the federal water utility revoke the bottling plant's water license, but was denied. The utility said in a statement the plant draws water from wells that are deep underground and do not affect the local water supply. Coca-Cola's influence in the region began in the 1960s with marketing that had religious undertones. And in indigenous churches across southern Mexico, we found it used during prayers. Coke also helps fuel the economy, employing 358 people at the bottling plant and supporting hundreds of shops that sell its product. But doctors say this financial lifeline for many may also be making people sick. Dr. Marcos Arana researches diabetes in the region.
We know that in adults over 40 years of age, it's over 35%.
Over 35% have diabetes.
Arana says without easy access to water, people are primarily drinking Coke. Specifically addressing our findings in Chiapas, Coca-Cola said, "We recognize the challenges the San Cristobal community faces, and that is why we've been working for nearly a decade to provide community water tanks, rooftop water collectors, and water conservation projects." Sylvia Perez Mendez claims her community has not received any of that help. She will continue her fight for more water, she says, until she sees real change.
And Coca-Cola says going forward, it is setting specific context-based targets that seek to create water security, including planting hundreds of thousands of trees in the region. Regarding potential health impacts, Coca-Cola says it is continuing to reformulate its products in Mexico to further reduce overall sugar consumption. Anthony?
Jonathan, thank you. Yeah, one thing is clear, Coca-Cola should not be replacing water.